a Shen from Alternate being
First Shen of the tournament. First Shen of the weekend.
First Shen of the weekend. This signals a big change in pace for Alternate. They're a lot less divey. They're a lot more conservative. They're changing their style, and when you've just lost a game, is that what you want to do?
I think they're relying on their experience, their teamwork, their coordination, their knowledge, their years and eons of knowledge, so to speak, as far as esports is concerned. Eons, yes, esports eons. And they're just picking a solid comp. These guys can still play and do a lot of damage towards the mid-game so far, and we'll see what the other picks are. Still solid in some early Dragon fights, but as the game goes on as well, they don't start to fall off quite as hard as their previous lineup.
Right, so it's probably going to be a Shen top. Big difference from the Trinity Force static shiv gangplank that we saw last time. They definitely won the front line. They're going to want to be able to face check again. They don't want to be quite so scared, and an Aurelia coming out from Mistral.
Yeah, taking that once more. Very, very strong Aurelia. Wolves played before. No, they don't keep it. They switch it across to that Renekton. He played that in the first game. Not to ill effect either. Played very, very well. But that Varus Lulu bottom lane, again, it's 3 games in a row. Switch backwards and forwards.
Renekton's a good choice, especially... This is why TF is still on the table. Aurelia, you know, I was saying it before.
TF is locked in very quickly.
Yeah, TF is locked in very quickly. Aurelia can't run away. And that makes TF ganks on Aurelia very strong, especially if it's an Elise in the lane. Say Elise at Lansford Stein, she's going to call for TF, like, come now, and she's dead. And so it's a very good stun. We have seen these guys play Elise support when TF mid. That's a very nice double stun combination. So, but I can't see it being Soraka. Yeah, Sona's probably much more likely. Caitlyn Sona's just solid poke. Caitlyn Sona versus Varus Lulu. Won them that first game. You know, they beat the lane.
Really? Sejuani mid, something Skara played not so long ago, back way before Season 3 patch. Said actually a lot of people underestimate this. She does a lot of damage. She has a percentage health damage burn on her W, and with masses of spell penetration, that can be quite painful. But ultimately, not surprised to see it change.
French love Sejuani. The armoured bear pig, you know, the pig, sorry.
They're chancing their own, they want it. Let's see, ooh, Cassidy back would have been the first weekend against it. I mean, this is what I mentioned before. We have so many viable champions now that whatever they pick...
Cassidy's really good against TF, yeah.
Cassidy's a lot.
But here's the problem. They have to know Alternate are going to lane swap on this Cassidy. They're going to Caitlyn this Cassidy. I guess. I mean...
I don't know, Fred-in-law's very confident with his Twisted Fate. Maybe he'll just...
Yeah, Twisted Fate doesn't actually, especially up to 6, Twisted Fate can do a lot of damage to the Cassidy. You're very fast, so your auto-attack harass is pretty safe. You know, and then once you hit like 3, you get up, you get the stun card, you get the Q1, you can back off, you're still pretty safe. Xin Zhao, very good against TF. Teleport on TF, very aggressive. But the
Shen... teleport to game pre-6, and after 6 uses his normal ult pat.
Right, there. This is... a solo queue comp, I would say, from Alternate. You know, global pressure everywhere. They're reactionary. You know, it's safe, it's reactionary, but at the same time, if they want to turn on the aggression, they really can.
There is that Twisted Fate. There is Perella too. It ain't J-Reet.
Last minute Ignite switch on Twisted Fate.
Oh, yeah, so he doesn't have that teleport. I mean, I don't know if that was the last minute well, it's not because they can't see it. It was the last minute spectator bug, but well, yeah. So he's not going with that double teleport. He's just waiting for result, farm safely in mid. Probably have a little bit of attention from Aranea to make sure Cassidy doesn't do anything too crazy with the help of that very aggressive early ganker Xin Zhao. Keeps Aranea keeps Renelord safe.
Caitlyn switched last second to Barrier for Alternate, so she's not too worried. There's only one stun really, and that's Varus's. So I guess she's not too worried about that. She wants to win the level 6 against the Varus Lulu, this Sona. Although Sona doesn't have Ignite, which I find very interesting.
So, we are finishing up the loading. Let's see this. This is our game 3 between Alternates and Mistral TT. The winner of this game will go through to tomorrow morning to play against Meteor Makers for $20,000. More importantly, the winner of this game earns themselves a spot in the Summer Promotion Series for the LCS, for the League of Legends Championship Series.
Yeah, this could be a dream come true. Well, for both teams. But Mistral, if they win today, this will be quite an upset. And all 2 of them, they played a fantastic last game. Alternate are looking for a very aggressive level 1, I feel.
Yeah, Mistral splitting up a lot more this time. It's the first time in this series they haven't gone into the enemy jungle as 5. Aranea making the charge into that bush. Oh, he spotted Metalex at the last second. Could have been in a bit of trouble if he hadn't seen that AD carry.
Report Caitlyn, please.
Yeah, report Caitlyn. It's too slow. Spent too long buying that one item.
Yep.
Really tough to click one button.
They still want to go for this, though. They have 2 stuns and a taunt.
And they've got a range stun, of course, with Aranea if they want to put a point into it. Do they really want to risk it? It would make his jungle very hard. He is staying right on the backside of the bush. Now they're going in. Pink wall goes up. They can see him. Are we going to see any kind of crazy flash? Ferelino doesn't have a card out. Otherwise, he could flash down, and then the chain CC would probably be enough, but they don't want to risk it. It's not worth it. He knew they were there, and he would have been right on his own flash getting away.
Renekton was so confident he wasn't get caught, he didn't even take slice and dice yet, but that's the main reason they didn't flash initiate on there. It's purely because he can get over the wall with slice and dice. He doesn't necessarily have to flash, and they would be quite far behind. Mistral, however, are walking all over a ward.
Yeah, they saw exactly how many members of Alternate were up top. They're all here. Go and do some warding. They went in, put one in the Wraith Brush Cross, and one in... Alternate think there was one in the red buff. They pinged it, but there's not. So it's just that one giving them a bit of an idea of where Aranea's path shall take him. Alternate's bottom lane. Are they going to... No, you're not going to do the bottom. Midlane's just going to go towards his bottom lane, make sure he doesn't miss any experience. While Sona helps Aranea and that red buff, as we saw before. Game starts the last time he ran that...
I would say, for Alternate this game, if Aranea can pull out the Elise performance he did in Game 1, I think they will be in great shape. He landed some really clutch stuns. And when you have the CC chain of TF and Shen taunt, that's going to be helping a lot. Quite aggressive trades going on top lane, actually.
Yeah. Kerb and Wolves trading back and forward on that Shen Renekton combo before either jungler gets close. We do see Aranea at the first jungler to make his way into the top half of this map. Doesn't start, doesn't work on blue buff. Going to see red from Xin but of course there's that pink ward in the tri-bush in favour of Alternate. Wolves are taking Kerb very low, but nothing too serious. He's just making sure he burns through those potions.
Yeah, Shen isn't too bothered. He's still got 7 potions and a nice taunt lands on Renekton.
He does, taunts him straight in the top lane. You do see Aranea closing in from the backside, but that spider will blow up on the first round of creeps. Still chasing this though. Aranea flash, stun goes down, slice and dice comes out anyway. Kerb didn't think that would land and he backed away. Aranea, don't go under that turret, it's too dangerous. And he doesn't, he follows it, he leaves. Wolves takes the spider, but will ultimately recall.
See, that was complete miscommunication from Mistral. Aranea has a really strong lead.
Sorry.
Alternate. Aranea has a really strong lead. Yeah,
did.
But Kerb stopped moving.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't want to go on this. But Aranea's like, we can do this. And he landed a great stun, went in. I think that shows quite a lot about where they are mentally right now.
The stun goes down onto Jokeys' casted in from that Ferelino card. Aranea wasn't really in a position. Out showing yourself for a while now. They think he's around mid.
Caston's playing a really smart game right now. He's not even leaving his tower when the wave goes up. Practically faking that he was backing, and wow, very big aggression on bot lane.
Yeah, Jerry taking quite a bit of poke. Make you the same though. Metalex trying to land one last Peacemaker and gets a quick headshot off onto Celeber. Winning out that trade quite nicely, but the potions are being ticked. Health is all coming back nice and quickly. So yeah, TT 200 gold behind, 300 for gold it ticks over, but it's nothing too serious at this point in the game.
Back to Caston. He knows that he really can't go that far ahead, so he kind of guessed that Aranea was onto him. He didn't even leave his turret when he probably could have done. And Aranea was just sitting in that side bush. He tried the other one, went to the one on the other side, still couldn't find anything because he knows there's 2 stuns there and they can really hurt. He's actually ahead of Twisted Fate and CS right now.
Yeah, very well played. And Jokeys, he wanted to recall there in actual fact, but Twisted Fate cancelled it with his long-range wildcards. And about taking a little bit more poke down in his bottom lane. Metalex, Sona and Caitlyn, very heavy aggression poke range. Just too quick on that creep push for Jankos to get in there onto Ferelino. It's a nice try though. Kerb does just about catches that taunt up to Wolves. Just a little bit of damage trade. Of course, he's got creeps on his side. So Wolves has to back away before it gets too serious.
It's basically a race to 6 now for mid laners. TF doesn't want to back yet. He really wants to get 6 before he backs, so he's not on the map. so they don't know what's coming. But the problem is that Caston has TP, and he should be 6th at the same time. And if Mistral played this right, they can do a number on this TF when he tries to gank.
He's just farming up a little bit of mana using those blue cards in mid lane. Cassidin has returned. Let's see, Cassidin just into level 5 is a long way from 6. Ferelnod, however, has been 5 for about a wave and a half now. So we'll watch.
I don't know quite how he saw Elise, but he did ping Elise just before she went in that bush.
She came all the way down from blue buff. She walked straight through that wall.
The timing on that taunt was beautiful. It was just before Renekton saw where TF was and was about to flash. And wow, great coordination, and they pick up that first kill. Twisted Fate, he got there too fast for Caston to react, and Caston didn't really want to leave lane until he was 6, which he's just about to hit.
He's back in mid lane, is now 6 himself. He has a level 4 Aranea in front of him. Can't go in on that, of course, because Ferelnod's coming back down. Blue card goes down, nothing too worrying for Joki. It's just a little bit annoying, and of course more mana back. But here is Zinchao around one side. He goes in on Aranea. He's level 4 himself. Knockup goes down, but Ferelnod's there in more time than Joki's. He can't keep that chase on.
Yeah, they're kind of sitting back now. They're like, okay, we've done that. Good job. Now Shen is 6, so we can play defensive. Anything happens, Shen can help.
Joki goes back in and goes to Aranea. The stun misses, but he will repel up onto the Wraith camp. Make his way out of there again. Honestly, I'm not sure why Zin didn't go towards the bottom lane at that point. Maybe he presumed Tri-Brush rewarded, but he could have come all the way around behind those two. And even when he vanished into that jungle, he went in towards the red buff, danced around there for a while. Gordon's bottom lane didn't move.
Yeah, they were kind of, I think he probably asked them, should I come bot? And they said no, because Lulu's not 6, Caitlyn is 6. And in order to try and attack, Sona Caitlyn could turn around and probably kill either Lulu or Varus.
You see Ferelnod going quite deep under this mid turret as he pushes Cassidin away from this experience. Jankos comes in, soaks the rest of it up. Aranea comes back again, trying to help push it with another spider. But makes his way back towards bottom lane with Menku in tow. And here's a build. That build was a Cutlass, an early build. Vader and King coming up from him again. Slightly different build to what we saw Varus played in the last game by Metalex, where he actually went BF sword first.
Yeah, you can get away with most things. He wants the not so much attack speed. I don't think he's too worried about attack speed. He wants to definitely work on the ult damage. Blade of King doesn't help too much with that. But he wants to chunk the Cassidin, I think. That's the main thing. Like, whenever Cassidin's close, that's not an attack speed thing. That's, you have 2 hits, like, no matter what, when he's flashing in and getting out. But it's perfectly fine on Caitlyn.
Wolves back up in the top lane. Ruby Crystal purchased on that first base.
Interesting build from TF. I do like this build. Home Guards is great on TF. You can initiate some amazing ganks. His ult did just come up again. Shen's ult is up again. I think something big is going to happen bot lane soon.
I'm just waiting for that ignite, I suspect, on Ferelnod. It's about 20 seconds, 10-20 seconds away. We should see something. Blue buff is there onto Joki's now. So back towards mid to deal with that Resky card dealer Gambit in mid lane. Starts to roam up towards top side a little way. There's the TP comes out, does go in. Wolves pops his ult for the extra health, but the taunt goes down again. Then there's the stun. But here's the resultant TP coming out from Mistral. Stun goes down to Ferelnod. He's very low. He's got a gold card out again. Does get the kill onto Wolves before he falls. But Joki is he's now looking for a second one. And he's got Zinchao coming in support from the river. Curb taking very low. Is he going to wait around for this dive? Here comes Zin. Curb needs to stay very, very careful and just going to push it onto the turret. Metalex, ult comes down from Jerry. Instant cleanse comes down from Silver, but the exhaust goes down afterwards. But Menku is very low. There's the Shen ult comes down. There's the ult from, Caitlyn doesn't quite finish Menku off. 7 HP.
3? Yeah, I think it was 3. The moment the Caitlyn ult went down, I think that was 3. So unlucky from alternate. But Mistral played that TF-TP top great. The minion wave was there. Castin winning. Castin does so much damage to TF, and just the silence. And Renekton, to be honest, did his fair share. He did a chunk of damage to TF. TF wasn't quite expecting it. Shen was kind of out of the way. He thought they had the kill. The Castin TP worked great. Castin got TF's blue and got a kill, and that is fantastic for Mistral.
Yeah, went back for another big wave of items. Going to get a bit of penetration from this. Blinks in this time. Doesn't do too much to throw a lot in that poke, but also not too worried. Just going to try and hold into lane for a bit of that. Teleport's going to be off cooldown for a little while, but ultimately, again, looking for Reynolds' ultimate on that timer. It's down to with less than a quarter of its cooldown again now, and the resultant teleport from Joki is he's got a much longer cooldown, so they have to be very careful with that. And Curb's ultimate's down after that fight in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he did have blue buff, but this is the solution to that. Castin's just going to keep chunking TF. TF's going to fight back a little bit, but he doesn't trade very well at all with Castin. So if they're going to dive for mid lane,
we're going to try it, but a nice blink away saves him from that stun of Aranea.
Right, so you see Ferelden his health, his mana, he can't gank even though his ult is up. Yeah, and that's really smart play by Castin. He can't gank, but TF can't gank, and that's all that matters at this stage in the game, because later on, Castin will shine. Right now, TF, it's on him to make plays.
Xin Chao comes in to help out mid for a little while as they realize Aranea was sitting there babysitting. Ariel still taking a little bit of poke from main Q's Lulu. Coming to attacks, but returns. A quick Himavala. Xin coming around one side now as Aranea is 1v1ing this mid lane. Twisted Fate's coming down too. There's the blink in from Cassidy. Watching the mini map, there it is. Repel goes straight up. Jankos is now a little bit exposed. Aranea is down very low. Jankos gets the knock up onto Ferelden. There's the ult comes out from Jankos for the resist. Charges in again, gets the kill on Ferelden. Aranea now very low. Red buff's going to get the slow go, flash away. But Jerry comes in from the bottom lane, picks up the kill. Cassidy finishes off Aranea. 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Mistral TT. Sona picking up the kill's not ideal though. It's better than letting him get away.
Wow, that was so good from Mistral. They just know how squishy this Twisted Fate is. And Castin...
You see Celiva catching J-Ri out as he tries to come back to the bottom lane. Quick flash away, the last bit of damage comes. Celiva looking to try and take this fight now. Lulu ult used at a very odd time, but ultimately saves his life, so you can't complain.
Okay, so TF's in a very shaky position right now. He's actually behind Castin. And Castin, he's got the Haunted Guides. He's going to start doing a lot of damage to the Twisted Fate. So he's going to be kind of risky. Shen's ult is back up now, though. So alternate, they can kind of take a breather again. But I just can't help but feel Mistral have TF's number.
Yeah, and they've got this track down. This is, again, a much better game for them than we saw in the first outing. They are getting in their groove. They are settling down, getting used to the stage, getting used to where they are, and making the plays.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're just like, it's a Twisted Fate. We know how a Twisted Fate plays. Twisted Fate players, unless they're Messiah, they play one way, and they know what to expect, and I think they're doing really well. They're behind in gold. No one was going to think that would go any other way at this point in the game, barring some major mistakes from alternate. You know, just even the TF passive would sort that. And Mistral are making a play on bot lane.
Yeah, we do see Xin coming now down in this direction, slows her out to J-Ri. Charge comes in, Shen'el comes out, and an immediate turnaround comes out from Mistral. But we do see quick knockout goes on to Shen as soon as he lands. Cleanse comes out from Celiva, trying to dodge that taunt. Mistral get out safely, burn the Shen'el.
They didn't go too deep. I think they kind of expected the Shen ult. I don't think they knew Sona's ult was down, but if they did, it was great timing because it's about to come up, and if Sona's ult was back up, I think Mistral would have lost someone, and this is a lot of pressure going on Shen's turret right now.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage, but Aranea is there to defend it. However, Aranea wasn't there to defend... Jankos wasn't there to defend mid-turret, and Kassadin lost his to Ferelden. So that is our second turret of the game, sorry. No, that was first. Bottom turret died after the game. Yeah, 2 turrets down now in favour of alternate. He took bottom and middle, and Mistral's response is, alright, we'll go for Dragon. It is pink warded by alternate, so they know it's there. Ferelden has TP, but there are 2 members of alternate in the top lane, including their jungler, so I'd be very surprised if they try and stop this.
This is exactly what alternate did to Mistral in the first game. They found a way to force the jungler top. And once they happened, they're just like, sure, we'll take Dragon. We know you're there. You're still on the map. Shen went top. Just great pressure from the top lane draws people top in a Silsol sort of way. And they're like, yeah, we'll take Dragon. And Castin's getting another blue.
Yeah, he's giving it a go. Jankos going down there, helping him out with it a little bit. We do see 2 members of Ultimate pushing top there. All right, we took they took the Dragon. We saw that. We'll take a 3rd turret of the game. Top turret down, all outer turrets down now for Ultimate. Then map control, their favour.
Yeah, most of the global gold is just those towers, I feel, and they seem to be, I think they're trying to make a play top. They're going towards the red buff. I think it's probably got about a minute to spawn, if I'm right. Kassadin's having fun with TF mid. I don't know how else to call it. He's poking, he's going back. TF does have his ult. Oh, nicely timed red buff, actually. They timed it much better than I did. They steal that away from Xin Zhao, and they're putting pressure on this mid turret. Interesting blink forward from Kassadin.
Yeah, he goes straight forward out into a very odd position. But he's also got no mana now. He's got that blue buff, but will it be enough to get him back over the wall? The Twin Shadows come down from TF. There's the Kaylin off for some more vision. Twin Shadows has landed. The slow is there. Teleport comes out from Twisted Fate. Goes under the turret. Silence is there. Doesn't matter. There's the kill. Aranea, however, very low now, running away from Jenkos in the mid lane. Charges onto a spider. He's going to come back down on the same spot. He knows it. Where's the auto attack? Dances in the wrong direction. He's not quite in the right range. Needs to land one last attack for the knockup. Gets it. Gets the kill. But now Curbs here with the support of J-Ree in the river. Can Jankos get out of this? The taunt goes down. Jankos is on the run, but Kerp ultimately cannot keep up.
That was really well played from Jankos. He knew his boundaries, and wow, Varus going really deep.
He is, and he's actually doing a lot of damage to Ferelin Lord. Gets his ult at the last second, picks up the kill, and in the top lane, Wolves is pushing a tier 2 turret.
Great play from Mistral, just individually bringing so much to this.
Kerp diving in the mid lane, sorry, teleport comes in from Kassadin. He goes to try and clean up. There's a very low health Kerp, but he's out of turret range and safe. They do lose one player in the favour of Xin, but they save the turret. This is going very well for Mistral TT.
Yeah, just individually, they kind of know, you know, once the Shen ult's down, once the TF ult's down, they just go crazy. I mean, Shen ult's still up for that sake, and it was... They kind of missed an opportunity to get a much easier kill on the Kassadin. Shen, I think his taunt was on cooldown just because he was attempting to get to mid faster. But when Kassadin blinked forward to that TF stun, he really should have punished for it. I mean, in the end result, he was chased miles over to the side, tunnel vision from alternate, and as a result, Elise went down, top tower went down, and they got a massive chunk on the second turret.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did manage to kill that second turret in the top tower, and nor did Varus manage to kill the bottom turret. So, didn't go quite as well as it possibly could have, and as a result, Ordnance still have that 3,000 gold lead. But those are 3 towers, basically. So we'll see what they go with. We did, of course, see one dragon in favour of Mistral CT, but Ferelin Lord saved by Curbsol. Jankos gets stunned up. Wolvesy comes in. The taunt does hit 2 of them. Jankos is on the run. The Ignited ticking down. Wolvesy now zoning out Ferelin Lord, but another stun comes. Here's Aranea on his spider. Another stun comes out. There's the execute. J-Ree picking himself up. Another kill. And there's only 2 members of Mistral here to defend this mid turret. They are not the best members to defend it because Jankos has no health, and there's not great wave clear on Kassadin.
I think for a second they forgot that, you know, they might be outnumbered in those sort of all-in engages. TF played that quite well to get out. He panicked Twin Shadows, kited a bit, stunned, was okay. Then the Shen ult came in, then they started turning it around. Interesting build choice by Kaylin here. I think she changed her mind and she's actually just not going for huge giant first, but eventually will end up with a Blade of the King Infinity Edge.
Yeah, to build that... little bits of everything first. 2 more turrets now. Alternate picked them up. They're playing this game much safer than before. No crazy dives, no crazy aggression. They are just using their global presence, outnumbering the fights they need to, and they can.
Yeah,
starting to take advantages after every fight.
It's definitely winning on turrets now. They've pushed out a good deal of turrets. 5-1, and that's the global goal difference. Dragon, I'm not quite sure when Dragon is, but...
About a minute and 45.
Yeah, sorry, that screen. Yeah, when that pops, I expect to see Ferelin Lord split pushing. He does have the ult when that pops. Could be interesting. Maybe going for a tower again. The question is which one. Only top still alive, second turret.
Yeah, Wolves has been pushing this top lane more or less the whole game so far. We've seen him come down for a couple of fights, but ultimately he arrived late again, like we saw before, when top lanes just sit up top and farm. So, you know, they need someone else to go there and try and stop this split push that will inevitably come when they want to take this straight fight. Minute 12 away. Nobody up surely, and the walls are starting to go down from both sides, and Mistral are going to have to defend this mid lane for a little bit as Alternate start to pressure it, pushing the creep wave up.
Shen's going top. He doesn't have too long on his ult, so if Mistral do make a play, it would definitely be in their favour. It's definitely starting to be a dragon dance. I think the onus is on Kassadin and Xin Zhao here. Can they pick someone out?
We do see Catch goes down onto MenQ. A little bit of poke. Cassidy comes around one side though. Caitlyn is now very exposed. She needs to be careful where she goes from here. Jerry's down very low, but they do catch onto Jokies. He gets over the wall, but Aranea follows him, trying to get that extra bit of a kill. Can't finish him up. Sona's the first one to fall. Renekton picks that up because he's here this time. Metalik, there he was. Bad position, gets dropped. Celeber not quite in the same bit of trouble. Wolves is dropped down now. Aranea's come to join them. Kirby is here with Ferrelinod in tow. Celeber is now exposed. Kirby's chasing it. Where's the TP going? Right in front of Celeber. He's going to get the stun card down. He's going to get a taunt from Kirb. And they clean up for Alternate is there. Alternate losing 2, finding 2, but ultimately forced Mistral out and away from this blue buff, away from the Drake that spawns in 5 seconds. Good fight again.
Yeah, Caston really needs to be careful when he blinks over walls like that. He blinked into a complete death trap. Jerry, he panic ulted. It wasn't that bad of an ult, but in the end, Caitlyn was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Shen, he flashed over. He tried to get the taunt to save Caitlyn. It wasn't enough. They did have the numbers though. Caston was super low at the start of the fight, so he had to back out. He tried to shove the mid lane. He got a little bit of damage on, but because his TP wasn't up, there wasn't much more than he could do from that. But really, Mistral could have had that fight much better if Caston didn't get so chunked right early on.
8 kills to 7 men, a 6,000 gold lead still in favour of Alternate, and of course they have this global presence ever looming over Mistral TT. Every play they make, they know the numbers could change dramatically within a couple of seconds of the fight starting. 5 turrets to 1, only 1 outer turret on the map left standing for Mistral. Jerry does grab another ward. They're picking up his red buff. Just a little bit of a quiet period.
Yeah, Mistral's problem right now is who can they send to push a tower and wow, a nice
nice stun comes out from Aranea, catches onto MenQ. He gets burst down, and the Caitlyn is there to execute him.
When in doubt, have faith in Aranea. He has such good elites right now. He's making some really great plays out of that range stun.
And that is opening up what looks to be a Baron play from Alternate. They're heading down in that direction. Jerry will come in, check for wards. Aranea going to plant another one. They've now got complete coverage of where they might come from in their mid lane. They opt to not go for it in the end, though. It would have been a bit dangerous. There's still a very scary few members of Mistral left up. When you've got Baron helping you with the fight, Mistral could easily still ace Alternate.
And they're converging.
Oh, they catch on Jokies again. Chain stuns go down. Sonora goes on to Wolves and Jankos. Nice ult comes down from Celeber, locking Alternate in place. Jerry still gets caught out, and they do allow the disengage. There's a lot of low health members of Mistral again. They've got to go back and heal. It allows Alternate to put quite a bit of pressure up this mid lane again. While the split push goes top. Nice flash stun comes in onto Celeber. He gets a TP coming in from Ferrelinod as well. Going very low though, but a quick cleanse gets him out. Aranea still alive, running away from the edge of the base. Here comes a TP from Kassadin. Jankos pops out Aegis of the... Sorry, pops that Locket of the Iron Solari to survive. Curb's lost a little bit of damage. Curb doesn't want to chase him down that lane. He's out of the fight now. He can keep the split push, but the call comes in from Alternate. Don't let him recall. Chase him away.
Yeah, if they get that smite down, Baron is most definitely theirs. And he's executing. Is he trying to execute?
He's trying, but it's just giving Curb a chance to get back in range. Where's the Vorpal Blade? He's going very low from creeps. Does get the execute. Vorpal Blade range not quite there. Nicely judged, dance around, well played Jankos.
See, there's a miscommunication here right now. ATN, they're like, okay, we can't let him back. He's the smite. But Ferrelinod doesn't care. He's like, I'm just going to split push bot. And he doesn't have his ult.
Whereas Alternate weren't really in a position to clean up the Baron themselves anyway. Metalik does get a quick ward kill. Starts to pressure up mid again, but ultimately still just these little bits, these little advantages. Top lane hasn't taken any turret damage just yet, but we did see, as I mentioned, Kirk split pushing it while they pressured mid, while they cleared Baron, and that's what he's going to be doing basically for the rest of the game now. Every fight that starts here, but other than that, he's going to sit in the top lane.
Yeah, and the problem here is that Sona has an Oracles, Lulu does not. The onus of the ward coverage is definitely going to be a problem for Mistral. I think we're going to see another Baron dance. Lulu has a couple of pinks. Actually, yes. 3 pinks. But the Sona from the Oracle and Sona it's going to clear them.
They're going to clear them a lot faster. That's what you get with the extra gold. There we go. Jerry walks in, pink ward and Oracles just to make sure the job is done. Set off. Here is a push from Mistral straight up the mid lane. We do see Alternate converging in from all sides. He forces him to back away. Stun goes down, does catch on the MenQ. This time it's not quite so serious, but it's still a little bit of poke. Caston returns some onto J. Reed, so a little bit of support damage going either way, and Mistral are split. It's a danger for him. The Twin Shadows are going to go out. Does catch onto Menkyu and onto Wolvesy, so they know where each of these two are, and they know they're slow, and they know Menkyu's explodes. Another stun goes down. Beautiful shot from Marinette. This time the burst is so serious, and he gets dropped down very quickly for another Metalix kill.
What a great blind round the corner stun from an Aranea. Really picking up that kill with style. Twin Shadows, great item, should be built on every Twisted Fate in my opinion. Slowing it down, but still, I mean, he shot it over the wall, it hit, and they got the kill. And that's pretty much the story of this game, I feel.
Yeah, and now Frenlord is split pushing, and he has his ult up again, and Kerb's gone top, and he has his ult up, and he's split pushing. So this is going to be very, very tough for Mistral to hold on to. So many different places now they have to defend. Clearing out their jungle while they do it.
Yeah, they have such vision control. I mean, if you look at the map, there's a couple of wards out for Mistral. None of them are actually in the Baron pit. But so as long as alternates stay on the map, and big convergence in the bot lane.
Jerkies goes in thinking he's catching Frenlo. Frenlo picks a card and runs straight back towards him, so he knows he's got support. And Jankos is taken very, very low as he tries to come and help out. But Caitlyn comes out, but Lulu over the wall will save him. Frenlo dodges Celiva's tentacle right at the last second, but Aranea, not so lucky, has to use the curb. Oh, the Shen ult. Twisted Fate, there's the ult. Where's he going? Towards mid, trying to share out Jankos again. And he's cut off the retreating members of Mistral. Celiva doesn't have cleanse this time. Oh, he does. He just chooses not to use it, sorry. But he takes a lot of damage for it. Jankos recalling down in the river. Alternate recalling 2 members because they took a lot of poke again. Mistral still holding on by the skin of their teeth.
I think they panicked because Renekton was on Shen, you know. They weren't totally sure if they could get the Shen ult. They did get it eventually, and by that time, I mean, I'm really surprised they didn't get the kill on Xin Zhao mid. But Alternate played that fine. They're not taking massive risks right now.
42,000 gold to 33,000. We're approaching that 10k gold lead mark. It's not yet there. Mistral refusing to give it up without a fight. Netflix picks up his red buff, and finally Alternate starts to engage the Baron. They realise it hasn't been waiting for quite some time. They realise they've got a couple of people still on the map, and Aranea with those spiders, and Kurt with that Sunfire can tank it and do a lot of damage to it in a very short space of time.
I mean, Mistral haven't had a ward in the Baron pit for a while. The only thing that stopped them going there is the amount of people they see on the map. So they really are not expecting this. I mean, just look how close Renekton is.
On the other side of the wall, does he have a ward? Will he place it? No, he doesn't. He's just going to walk all the way around the edge. He does miss out on his chance, and the Baron goes down. Alternate pick it up. Suddenly, everyone on Mistral drops. All the colour drains from their face. Heart drops for a moment as you see that buff appear on the Caitlyn Sona that was watching you in the mid lane. Immediately have to back up. Frenlo pushing bottom again. Kirk goes back to pushing top wave. And this time they have the Baron for the siege.
It was a great call from Alternate. They're like, they're not trying to plant wards anymore, guys. I think they're just, you know, they're relying on seeing people on the map to know whether we're doing Baron or not. Let's take a risk. Let's 2-man it. And great call. Shen and Elise, 2-manning Baron, could solidify their win right here.
So, still 1 game apiece, of course. This is a best of 3. This game will decide who goes on to play Meet Your Makers tomorrow morning for $20,000. And the winner will get themselves a place in the summer qualification series for LCS. So there's a lot at stake, and either team could take it.
Just the massive stakes here is why we're seeing this game slow down. You know, it's not a league, it's not a round-robin sort of thing. This one match could decide their future for the next year. So this is why they're slowing down. They're not taking the risks. They're just playing it cool.
You see some poke going out. Wolves taking a little bit of damage from Aranea, just a stun and a little bit of percentage health damage. See, not going to initiate to Renekton. More spiders coming out. Frenlo still pushing bottom. Kerb still pushing top. Alternate putting a lot of pressure down. We do see him going out to Frenlo. Jankos is there. The Shen comes down immediately. The Twin Shadows is there. Stun goes down to Jankos. Where's the stun? Oh, beautiful. Oh, comes down from Jankos. I meant taunt, and it never came because Kerb was knocked back the minute he landed. But now 5 members of Alternate down here. That stun does hit Celiva, but unfortunately for Alternate, they were already backing away. But Wolsey, the tankiest player on Mistral, is taken so low so quickly, and they're taking a lot of damage. Good ult from Celiva will lock them under that tower for a little while. Gives Wolsey a chance to heal. does have home guard. He should be back up pretty soon. He's got Kassadin in tow. They both have it. Here they come, but the tower's already fallen. Alternate are very low there. They've got to be very careful they don't get caught on the disengage here. Aranea does miss that stun with a beautiful ult from Jokis, but the rest of Mistral are going very low. Wolves is trying to come out to Ferelor, takes him low, but the exhausted. They're forced to black away and flash. Does get the kill nonetheless with damage over time. Jankos picks up Caitlyn because she was so deep in there. And Alternate have got 3 members left up, but they're not great base killers. And Mistral may have just about saved this inhibitor.
Super well played from Mistral. The reason ATN kind of did so well was just the regen on the Baron buff means they could take a bit of poke and they could stick around. But Mistral played that so well. That Renekton dive was really strong. Kassadin did some nice poke. A great Barasol actually held TF in tower range, but there was some nice creeps there.
I'm pretty sure that Barasol spread to all 5 members of Alternate throughout the course of that.
Yeah, I
not often you see that.
Yeah, it was a superb Barasol and kept them in the game. You know, when the Baron's buff is on, it's so hard to defend the turret. But they did it, and I hope they get some confidence out of that.
They should do. It was very well played, and that's the power of home guard too. They managed to stall just long enough to allow those to kick in, and they're very scary casting Renekton came charging back into Alternate's face. But ultimately, there's still 3 members of Alternate that have that Baron buff. So still got to be careful the next couple of minutes. And Repel goes up, but he's just out of range. Curb goes over the wall, can't get there in time. Slow goes down from Silver. Curb just has to give up on that chase. Blue buff goes over to Kassadin.
The question is, what do Alternate do now? I think they're just gonna shove each wave out, wait for their Ultimates to come back up again, and then try for the open inhibitor on the bot lane, because they have the split push power. Kassadin can't really duel a Shen that's split pushing. You know, you can kind of poke him a bit, but one-on-one doesn't really work. That's the main reason TF hasn't been so successful in split pushing, is because Kassadin can shut him down and has the TP. But I'd really like to see them utilize Shen, but I think they're looking for a pick here. Or they're just playing it super safe.
Aiding that bush. Hoping someone perhaps would push it too far. Not going to happen though. Mistral locking themselves in the base. Caitlyn ult goes out. Stunned this time, unfortunately, Baron misses. Or Celebrate it was actually that he was going for. But Ferelor still pushing mid. Top is pushing naturally. Creeps are up that way. Aranea up the steps is in the Mistral base. Not quite in range of the inhibitor himself yet though. Metalex is here, and of course Caitlyn's massive range means he will be able to attack that inhibitor from further away than any other AD carry.
Now the hammer hits. TF is mid, he has a lot of damage, he can do a lot of damage to that tower. And see, here you go, Kassadin is, he's right there, and he chunks him nicely, look.
Good poke onto Ferelor, but he still comes back in range for a little bit. Curb gets a massive taunt out onto Lulu. They nuke her before she can use her ult. Wolvesy's now backing up. Teleport from Ferelor brings him into the backside of the team. Nice disengage though from Mistral, means they've still got 4 members up. They can try and come back into this, but the stun goes down into Jankos. They lose the inhibitor, and Aranea goes aggressive. Celeber gets caught. He's forced to use the cleanser. Sonar comes out. Wolvesy's still stuck in it though. There's the Blade of the Ruin King down onto Curb. He's taken down very low. Nice kill for Jokis. The Shen ult was used, but he dropped 1 for 1. Wolvesy for Shen, but the inhibitor is open, exposed, in fact dead. And this mid turret now going to take a bit of punishment. Charge comes back in onto Metalik. Good, massive slow comes in from Celebar to all 4 members of Alternate. They're so low. J-Reed's down. 1 kill for Jokers as he blinks in. Looking for Ferelor now. He gets the gold card, but he dies anyway. Cleanup goes down for Mistral. There's an ace. They can get something from this. What kind of objectives can they pick up? What kind of things can they do to keep themselves in this game?
Well, the problem is everything has been spent. Everything Alternate have been doing has been the whole time pushing the side lanes before they actually engage. So even if they did die, there's no towers going to go down. I mean, Zinzao's trying his best to shove the mid in. Top's already gone, and Top's the only lane that was pushing. It was a great turnaround from Mistral. Home guard's absolutely paying off. And here's the question, though, is, okay, they're really far behind, but last game, a little bit of momentum sent them a long way.
Yeah, they are 14 kills to 14, but they're still down by 10k gold. Baron's going to respawn in 36 seconds, Dragon in 8. Do you get the mid? Is he? He does get the mid turret. Dashes to Creed. Beautiful dodge of that Shenton, but the Randuin's Omen has been used by Curb to try and slow him down. Can't keep it in though, and ultimately won't be able to land that kill. But that means Jankos now has the base, has used his smite that would have been seen by Alternate. He did it on a creep. And if they go straight for this Baron in 13 seconds, he might not be there in time, and his smite definitely won't be up.
He does have home guards, and, you know, Caitlyn isn't there. That said, you don't need Caitlyn to do Baron, as they proved earlier when they two-manned it, but...
They are on it. They're waiting for it. They're going straight in on the respawn. Here comes the home guarding members of Mistral TT. You can see them on your map charging down that mid lane. They don't have it wooded, but they do have their suspicions, but the Baron's going down very, very quickly. Let's see what his health is on. Health down to about 1,000. It's going down very quickly. Mistral TT not quite in, and they do get the ward in just as it drops. Alternate grab themselves another free and easy Baron, and Mistral are once again back to defending their base from the inside.
I think they kind of forgot Baron existed. I mean, after the first time we got dured, that's, oh, well, we've got to... What can we do without relay a Baron? And then it popped. They noticed it popped, but they weren't there and ready, and free Baron for alternate. This just makes things so hard for Mistral, no matter how well they play.
Joki's now defending that bottom lane. Two super creeps there. He has to come up though and leave them as alternate are pushing mid and top at the same time. Both of these turrets very low. Mid turret, however, should fall very quickly actually at this rate. Cope comes forward, willing to tank it for a couple of shots. Metalex willing to land the auto attacks though. Brillo grabs that top outer turret. That's the last outer turret of the map on this side down. Now they're onto the inhibitor turrets again. Link forward comes in. Wolsey goes straight in, stuns onto Metalex, but goes right back out again with the dice part of his E ability. Slice and dice. Does pop his ult, he stands on the trap, but the turret falls down. We do see Jankos goes straight in. Ults to separate them all up a bit. Sonar hits 3 people. There's the Twisted Fate comes in from one side. Mistral all going down very, very low. Alternative still got a lot of health. Wolsey's running away. He's flashed out. Jankos is going low. Arne comes in. Shenel's there though as Jankos turns back onto him, loses his life for it. Menkyu drops to that Twisted Fate wildcard at max range. Kalinol's been used. 2 members of Mistral are left up. They do home guard back out, but there's still a lot of health on alternate. They do pick up one onto Sonar. Kassadin picks that, but Metalex is doing a lot of damage. Tanking the tower though. He needs to reset that aggro. This time Wolsey will not get back to the Fantasy to heal. Kassadin comes back in. Hits suicide. He knows it's over. Nexus turret 1's down. Nexus turret 2's down. The Nexus will fall and alternate will take this second semi-final. They will go through to tomorrow's game. They will have a place in the summer qualification series. And that is a look of relief on Arane's face.
They did get scared in that second team, but what a pull through for alternate. They must be so happy with themselves right now. They stuck with what they knew. They were patient, and it paid off. Just solidified the Barons. Just take it easy. Just don't take massive risks. Heartbreak for Mistral, but after their stunning performance in Game 2, they can hold their heads high after today.